What is up, guys? Fahir here, and welcome to the first-person shooter Zombie Horde game where we kill zombies. And as always, before we start creating the game, we're going to preview and talk about what you're going to learn. So I'm going to hit the play button. As you can see here, we have our player, we have the zombie, and I can kill him. So I can shoot the zombie. We're going to create everything from scratch, so the zombies, the player, and everything. So yeah, you need to run away from the zombies. As you can see here, we have the kill count, we have the ammo, and they're being spawned every interval of time, and if they come close to us, they are going to kill us or they are going to deal damage. As you see, one of them has already dealt damage to me, and I need to run from them. And as you can see, there are too many, and they are probably going to kill me right now, because I will not be able to run away forever, as they are spawned every time interval. So oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and yeah, I'm dead. Okay, so now the game is going to restart, and again, as you can see, we also, when we kill the zombies, they just fall down like a little bit naturally. Not that natural, but yeah. Anyways, we're going to see how we can create enemy AI, how we can create our player from scratch, how we can create the weapon, the shooting, everything, and the animations, how we can blend them. A lot of cool things will be learned inside of this course. And why am I talking? Because I know you're here to create a game, not listening to me talk. So I guess I will see you in another video. So yeah, take care. So now that we saw the game that we're going to create, let us go here and open our Unreal Project browser, and we're going to click on the new project tab, and we're going to create a new project. So we're going to go here under Blueprint, not the C++ one. I know a lot of you are relieved because you don't want to code in C++, but hey, so let's go over here in the Blueprint, and we're going to select the third person. So select the third person, and here I'm going to select, well, desktop and console maximum quality with starter content, and here you are going to choose where you want to save your file or your project, and here you're going to give it a name. I'm going to call this one Zombie Horde, like this. I'm going to click on create project, and it is going to do its magic, which is create the project. So we do need to wait for that to happen. I don't know, sometimes Unreal Engine takes 3 hours, sometimes it takes 1 second, sometimes it takes forever, depending on your computer. So you are at the mercy of Unreal Engine, but, well, currently it did take mercy very soon. So yeah, now, as I said, or for this video, we are just going to set up and prepare our project. So create the project, and we're going to do one more thing, and that is here. I'm going to go in the assets. Now you will be able to download this project under assets called Third Person for Anim. So Third Person for Anim. You're going to click on that project when you download it, and then you're going to click on this Third Person for Anim over here, and it is going to open. Now, depending on when you are watching this video, you can go here, right click it, and go open with a notepad to see which version you should open it. So currently we have 4.22, which is the latest version, but if it's like I don't know, if currently you have version 4.3, you should take 4.22 version. So download that version and open the project with the version. So click here, and it will open that project for you, because we want to migrate some assets from this project to the current project that we are working. As you can see, it's basically the same project, but if you click on this here, you see at the top left corner here for our content browser, you will see here content, and when you click on it, it will display all the files we have inside. So we have the third person BP, third person blah blah blah, starter content, you see mannequin from original, so on and so forth. What do we want? Click on this art over here. So click on the art and right click, and then we are going to click here migrate. So you see here copies assets found in this folder and their dependencies, or however this is pronounced, to another game content folder. So I'm going to click on that, and we are going to copy, as I said, from the art. So here you see, select everything here under art. This is what we want. So let me just go over here, click art again, make sure it's art. I know I repeat it 4 times, but it's important, because then you will have issues and people be like, I did everything what you did, but click on art. So then everything will be okay. And I'm going to click on okay here. And I am going to go Unreal Project, Zombie FPS. Here is my Zombie Horde. So click on that. Basically, you will find the project that you have just created. So the project that you just created, this one over here. So you see, you will need to locate it. That's why it is important for you to know, and let me just find, here it is. That's why it is important for you to know where you store that project. So mine is under PC, desktop, game projects, Unreal Engine projects, FPS, Zombie Horde. So here is my Zombie Horde project. I'm going to click on the content. So click on the content and click on select folder, and it is going to move it over there. Here I'm going to click on yes to all, and it is going to copy everything, and voila, we are good to go. So if I go in my Zombie Horde now, here in the art, you will see that we have FPS, weapon, mannequin, sounds. So here we have the sounds that we will need. In our mannequin, we will have the character meshes, blah, blah, blah. Let me just go back here in animation. So here we have the mannequin BP. We don't need that, but hey, we will create our own. Here we have our animation offsets, which is what we need. Animation starter pack, which is also all the animations we need. And here the basics, also the animations that we will use. Now here I can go and I can close this one. So third person, I can close it, and I have opened here another one for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, we migrated these assets, and in the next video, we are going to start programming everything and preparing everything. So yeah, this is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and firefrommonsters.com. I will see you guys in the next one. Moving forward with our game, now that we have imported everything that we need, we can start creating our main character. And for that, I'm going to select this bad boy over here who came as a default because we created this project and this is the default level. So I'm simply going to select the third person character, and I'm going to click delete to delete him from our game because again, we do not need him. Okay. So here inside of our folders, so let me just move this up here. In the content, I'm going to right click inside and create a new folder, and I'm going to call this folder Zombie Horde Game. So Zombie Horde _ game, however you want to call it. But this is our folder where we are going to store everything in regards to the game. So I'm going to right click here and create a new folder, and this is for the characters, because here I'm going to have my character, which is the main player, and also I'm going to have the enemies. So again, I'm going to, should I right click so we have the characters? Yes, I am. I'm going to click over here. I'm going to say player _ character. And inside of this folder, we're going to right click and create a blueprint. Now, this is going to be our player blueprint that we are going to use to, well, create our player, and we are going to use that to move the player. So click on the blueprint and we're going to select your character. You see a character is a type of pawn. That includes the ability to walk around. So click on that, and this is going to be our player _ BP. So click on this one now. So double click it, and I'm going to dock this over here. And this is what we have as a default when we select our player. Of course, what do we need? Well, we need to add a mesh to it. And what is a mesh? Well, basically it will represent how our character is going to look like. So I'm going to select here this mesh, and here let's go for the skeletal mesh. You see this over here, skeletal mesh. And do I have my highlight tool? No, I don't. So let me just quickly go over here and desktop. Let me just find where my highlight tool is. Here it is, so that I can explain things better. So now I can take my highlight tool, and here where it says the skeletal mesh, I can click on that. So click here, and we are going to search for the skeletal mesh. But please pay attention here. We're not going to select this one or this one. So not this S-key mannequin skeleton, not this one over here, not the gun, but we are going to select this over here. You see skeletal mesh, and you will see here, it's the path is under game and art. So this is the path we want, the one under art. You see over here where I'm drawing everything. And then you have mannequin, character, mesh, blah, blah, blah. It's not important, but the important part is that you click on this one that is under art. So I'm going to click on that, and here we go. So now that we have the mesh, I'm also going to, well, reposition it. So here for the Z, we're going to say -87. And for the Z rotation, we're going to say -90 to rotate him like this so that he's facing, as you already see how. And I don't think that we should touch the collider, or actually the capsule collider. I think everything is okay with the capsule collider. Maybe just resize it a little bit. So let me just go over here and resize it on the radius like this. And I think this is totally fine. everything here is okay. Now we do need to attach a camera on him because currently we don't have a camera. And if I go over here now and run the game, you see, this is what we have. This is our default character, the one that we have deleted, but we don't want that bad boy in the game. Instead, we can go here under project settings and maps and modes now. And here, as you see, we have the default game mode. We talked about game modes in two courses, my two other courses that I have in the Academy, which is the Introduction to Unreal Engine and the Infinite Runner one. The game mode will determine who is the default pawn class. And what is the default pawn? You see here, it's the one that we will control when we run our game. So the one that we will control when we run our game. If I click on the drop down list here for the default pawn class, you see, if I click on it, now I'll be able to select the player BP, which is the one that we have just created over here, you see? So if we want our player to be inside of the game, or when we run, we want that player to be spawned and we can use him to move him around and so on and so forth, we need to go into project settings and maps and modes, and here under default modes, here for the default pawn class, I'm going to select the player BP. Of course, we can create our default game modes, so on and so forth. We're not going to do it in this course, but I have that in the Infinite Runner course, and I have that in my Introduction to Unreal Engine course as well. So yeah, when you select this one, and here, let me just find where the player start is. I mean, it's right here, but yeah, here it is. It's network player start. We don't want that. So let me just remove this, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to filter for player start here in the modes, and here I'm going to filter for player start. Here it is, and this is what we want, you see, and this is where the player will be when the game starts. So this is where he will be spawned, so to say. And let me just go over here, save current, and Command Shift or Control Shift S to save everything. And if I play the game now, this is what we have. If I eject myself, this is our player. But if I possess him again, you see, this is what we see. We cannot move the player because we didn't program that. We cannot do anything. And again, if I press Shift F1, or actually Control F1, is it like that? Control F1, or I need to press Shift F1. So let me again go over here. I think it's, yeah, Shift F1. For mouse control, eject myself. This is what we have. Now we want to create a camera that will look at the player like this. So this is what we want. And in order to do that, we need to go back here in our player BP and select our player, and we need to attach a component on him. So when you select the player, we are going to go under Add Component over here. Click on Add Component, the green button over here, and we are going to filter for a spring arm. So click on the spring arm, and I'm going to call this one camera arm. So camera arm. Now when it comes to the spring arm, I'm going to simply set here the Z-axis at 48. This is all I need to do just to position it a little bit up. As you see, I'm going to compile and save that, but we're still not done because we do need to attach the camera. Now selecting the camera arm, clicking on Add Component, filter here for the camera, and we're going to click on the camera, and I'm going to call this one Follow Camera. And for the camera, I'm not going to do anything basically. So compile and save, and voila, this is when it comes to our camera. So yeah, it is a child of the spring. So if I go over here and click play, now you see it is, as you can see, it is behind our game character. So it is set up behind the game character. Now this video already, I believe it's right around 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop it here. We just prepared our game character. In the next video, we are going to start programming the character to move, and also we're going to start to program the movement of the camera so that we can move it up and down and rotate it and so on and so forth. So, Fahir from OzDudes.com. I will see you guys in the next video.